Hello and good day. Today, we were going to discuss our chosen topic about ecological or eco-literacy. Before we proceed, we were going to introduce ourselves. I am Mike Bijador, BS Ed Social Studies student.
And I am Maria Milagros Sardunidos, BSF Social Studies student.
Students understand the natural system that sustain life on Earth and apply the principle guiding ecosystem to help create sustainable human communities.
According to Fritjof Capra, the great challenge of our time is to build and nurture sustainable communities. Communities that are designed in such a way that their life, businesses, economies, physical structures, and technologies do not interfere with nature's inherent ability to sustain life. The first step in this endeavor is to understand the principles of organization that ecosystems have developed to sustain the web of life. This understanding is what we call ecological literacy.
What is ecological or eco-literacy? Ecological literacy or eco-literacy is a term first used by American educator David W. Orr and physicist Fritjof Capra in 1990s in order to introduce into the educational practice the value and well-being on Earth and its ecosystems. It is a way of thinking about the world in terms of its independent natural and human system, including consideration of consequences of human action and interaction within the natural context. Ecological literacy equips students with knowledge and competencies necessary to address complex and urgent environmental issues in an integrated way and enables them to help shape a sustainable society and does not determine the ecosystem upon which it depends. The following are the core aspects of ecological literacy.
The first core aspects of eco-literacy is the principles of living systems. According to Fritjof Capra, the ecological problems facing society are rooted in a lack of understanding of our place in the web of life. A key part of eco-literacy is reconnecting students to living systems, what educator Linda Boat Sweeney calls developing a connected wisdom. Living systems are often self-organizing systems that have the special characteristics of life and that interact with their environment through information and material energy exchanges. Examples of living systems include the human body, or a forest, or a river, as well as human-created organizations such as communities or schools. Connecting students to natural systems provides them with a deep sense of place and an understanding of their local environment, while students are immersed in experiences of the natural world as part of their classroom learning. They discover and study the principles guiding the functioning of natural systems.
Second core aspect of ecological literacy is design inspired by nature. The guiding principle and the characteristic of living system serve as basis of envisioning and designing sustainable communities. Beyond understanding natural system, ecological literacy is about applying this understanding to redesign organization, communities, businesses, and societies to align with ecological principle. The idea of design inspired by nature has become popular through concepts such as biophilia, biomimicry, or biomimetic, which involve examining and emulating natural models, systems, processes, and elements in order to solve human problems. According to David Orr, the goal of ecological design is to transform how humans act in the world to provide food, shelter, energy, materials, and seek their livelihood. Ecological literacy asks that people know and how should they learn it given the limits of Earth and its system. It demands that human action and design conform to how the world works as the biophysical system, and that societies be designed with future generation in mind.
Third, system thinking. Ecological literacy is also guided by an understanding of systems or systems thinking, sometimes called holistic or relational thinking. Because a system is a set of interdependent, interrelated parts that make up a complex and unified whole. It cannot be fully understood by analyzing its constituent parts. Ecological literacy involves applying a way of thinking that emphasizes relationship, connectedness, and context.
Next is ecological paradigm and the transition to sustainability. According to David W. Orr, the dialogue about sustainability is about a change in human trajectory that will require us to rethink old assumptions and engage the large question of human condition that some presume to have been u- resolved once and for all. Genuine sustainability, in other words, will come from not superficial changes, but from a deeper process taken to human growing up to a fuller stature. Ecological literacy is a partly aimed at triggering large-scale of social changes in how humans live on the planet.
Lastly, collaboration, community building, and citizenship. Ecological literacy is about emphasizing collaboration and partnership as a hallmark of living systems and life. The ability to associate, create links, draw on a collective, distributed intelligence of many individuals is part of eco-literacy. Ultimately, sustainability is a community practice. Ecologically literate students are also community builders and active citizens. An ecological educations occur both within the natural environment and in the local community, where students can build relationships and apply their understanding in a real-world setting. Eco-literacy knowledge empowers students to help create a better society and make a difference. Studies have shown that combining civic engagement in ecological literacy creates positive change leaders willing to participate as citizens and engage in creating solutions.
The importance of ecoliteracy. Ecological literacy is the ability to understand the natural system that makes life on Earth possible. Ecoliteracy is the power that comes from knowledge and consciousness of how nature living system operate. To be ecoliterate means understanding the principle of organization of ecological communities, constructive collaboration between members of a community, and using this principle for creating sustainable human community. By weaving this reform of intelligence together, eco-literacy builds on success from reduced behavioral problems to increase academic achievements of the movement in education to foster social and emotional learning. And it cultivates the knowledge, empathy, and action required for practicing sustainable living.
The implications of ecological literacy in the teaching and learning process involve the following: weaving ecological system approaches into the existing curriculum in coherent way that builds students' knowledge over time. Second, build teacher capacity in the areas of ecology and system thinking. Next, learning from nature through immersion in the real world, nature and communities, and deep knowledge of particular places. Next, acknowledge of place-based experiment outdoor learning essential to cognitive development, health, and well-being of children. Next, cultivation of a sense of wonder, creativity, and compassion for nature in the community. Transformation of the school into a living laboratory of buildings and processes that teach children about their interconnectedness to nature and their communities. Lastly, linkages to higher education resources and school that allow students to continue the development of their ecological literacy.
That's all. We hope that you learned something about our topic, eco literacy.
Thank you for watching!